There is no guarantee for success, but there are ways to get closer to it when you do the right things. Who you surround yourself with is just as important as what you do. Finding the right people, the right classes, the right activities, and taking the right tests are all decisions that shape your future. Find out more today on Destination University with Dr. Cynthia Colon. Dr. Colon and her guests will give you the tips you need, whether you're a student, parent, or educator. Now, here is your host, Dr. Cynthia Colon.
You're listening to Destination University. This month, we're running a special series, 30 Teens, 30 Dreams, and hearing from the students themselves, high school seniors who have been admitted to college. They're dishing what they would do differently if they had to do it all over again, and giving us the whole scoop and sharing with us just where they're headed off to college next fall. If you are a college-bound teen or a champion of one, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Today, you're going to meet Jenny. We're here recording live from the campus of Lynwood High School, and you're going to learn a little bit about Skills USA. And I just learned a little bit about it myself. So she's got all the goods for being an admitted student, and I can't wait for her to share with you her story. Before we get started, I'm going to give you the hot tip of the day. It comes to you from bigfuture.org. Our friends at bigfuture.org have one of the best features that I love and work with my private students. I'm going to just tell you right now that most teenagers don't know, and maybe Jenny, you could talk about this a little bit later, don't know exactly what they want to major in, what kind of careers they have, are even available. And so one of the functions on bigfuture.org is to explore your majors and careers based on your interests, based on your skills, and you even see potential jobs and potential career salaries for those potential jobs. So it was a big hit when I used this function with one of my private clients not too long ago. So head over to bigfuture.org and explore your majors today. Ready? Yeah. Okay. All right. So Jenny, we're here and this is the very room that we worked together in the fall when we were working on essays, and we worked with several students from Lynwood High School and Fireball, which is part of Lynwood Unified School District. And Jenny stood out as one of the star students. She kept coming back and really, I think you kept changing up your essays and reiterating and really growing those essays. So I'm really proud of her. So let's start with how you came up with your list of colleges. Did you want to stay in California? Were you looking at, what were you looking for in a college?
I actually was looking for colleges out of state. So I did apply to like NAU, a university in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And
that's great.
I guess I just wanted to get out of California.
Uh-huh.
But they were also private colleges, which are really expensive.
Yeah.
So I also had to, consider that. And then besides private universities, I applied to the Cal States around just in case I would actually stay. And then the UCs, I applied to the ones where I thought they would be a good fit for, like healthcare.
Oh, yes.
That's something I want to go in.
Of course. That was important to you. Yeah. That was really important to you. And would you say, being in from California, we have the best public system in the country. Mm-hmm. So I'm also assuming that you wanted to make sure that you had a Cal State as an option and a UC as an option in case that was the best financial package as well. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, and when would you say you started so we met in the fall, but when did you start thinking about college? Was that freshman year, sophomore year?
College a long time ago. Probably since even middle school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to have this plan where I was actually going to be an FBI, FBI agent, yeah. And that was my dream for the longest, inspired by Criminal Minds, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, and then, your interests change over time.
Yeah.
And actually, during my freshman year, I think I still had that mindset of wanting to go into law enforcement because I took classes that they offered at Bellflower.
Yeah.
But I think it was the continuation school, Somerset.
Yeah.
So it's called CalAbs. It's called CalAbs. And I took 2 courses, so it's like the first course and second course, and I really liked it. It's something maybe even in the future, something like forensics, I would probably think about going into. But then I was since my freshman year, I've been in biomed.
Yeah.
So
It's like a pathway here.
Yeah, it's a pathway. And the teacher that I have, she's just amazing. Like, she's the biggest.
I think I have to
supporter.
meet her, because so many of you who are in that pathway wanted to continue in that career.
I think
path.
the fact that she was the teacher is what encourages us, because it also depends on the teacher you have, the way the teacher is towards you, and I think that she pushes that on us, and wants us to follow, even if that isn't what we want. I think she would respect that. She would push you towards whatever you want to do.
So you were thinking about college since middle school, and perhaps once you got to high school and you had her as a teacher too, it just kept snowballing and growing. Now, I'm always curious to know when and where that seed is planted about going to college. And do you think it started in your home or in school?
I think maybe at home, considering that my mom, she's a single mom. My dad's not really there much. And I think thinking about going to college, I think it would change a lot financially,
Right.
And I think that's the most important thing to,
further your
better,
for a better life. Yeah, we were talking about that before. So coming from I come from a single parent home too. You had that mind of like, I gotta go to college so I can better my life.
I want to do better. That's what I always say. I want to do better. I used to think about doing better for myself, but I honestly think about doing better for me.
Yeah. And they say when you know better, you do better, right? And the way to know better is to go to college. I love that, Jenny. So special. Okay, so let's talk about your major, as it says on the slide, is biology, and it ties right into your healthcare. And I was super curious about this, like Skills USA. She's a competitor. She's headed to states. So share with our viewers and listeners, what is that, and what kind of questions you have to answer?
So Skills USA is just in general a competition where people in, I guess, different workforces, like I told you, law enforcement, healthcare, I think even legal stuff, I'm not sure.
Maybe like fire department.
Yeah, fire department. There's a whole list. Engineering as
well.
Wow. We have some engineering kids going with us.
Okay.
And I think this high school, and mostly my teacher, Miss Smith, she runs all of that, she coordinates for us, and she helps out, like even the engineering kids. And so she always has a lot on her plate. And I think that the fact that she helps a lot, it has brought it given us a lot of championships, because there's like a whole bunch in our room, whole bunch of little
trophies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it says, because it starts from regional, which is just around the city, neighboring cities, and then you go state, which is the whole, region, like from, I think, up north, SoCal, all of that.
And like, how do you prepare for this competition? You were telling me some of the questions.
Well, for my competition, I'm in Health Knowledge Bowl, and it consists of just random questions, which makes it even harder, because everything that I study or everything that I review, I don't know if it actually is going to pop on the actual competition. So I think that's the biggest, scariest thing when we're competing. But I don't compete by myself. I have a team. So I have 3 other individuals on my team.
Wow.
And they study different, that's how we prepare. We study different parts. Like I can study legal, they could study ethical, they could study the medical parts. And I think whatever that I don't know in the competition, my teammate will make up for that.
And you said you're headed to state. So you guys, does that mean you won the regional?
We won the regional, yes.
Oh my God.
I think there's about 5 that advance.
5 that advance. Okay.
I can't remember the exact number, but from regional, I think there's about there was about 12 teams maybe.
Okay.
And
And
I
how
think
many,
about,
when you go to state, how many will you be competing with against? Do you know? You're not sure.
no, I'm not sure yet, but it's a lot more
And it's
Because-
next week?
next week.
Okay.
Yes.
So in April, later in April. Oh my goodness. That's super exciting. Now, is that something that you wrote about in one of your
Yeah,
essays?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now in generally speaking, okay, so that's what I would call is like her coolness factor, something that's very different and unique. And so she was able to talk about it. So when you look back on your 4 years, because college admissions is a 4-year journey, it's actually begins much before that. You've mentioned middle school, but when we apply to college, we always tell students, only things that go in that application are what you did really in your high school years, in terms of your resume and in terms of your experience. So what did you do right? And what would you do different? Like, what advice would you give yourself if you were going to do this all over again? So you can start with either one.
I think something I did right was I began in freshman year taking those courses in CalAlps.
Mhm.
And I thought about the credits, it would benefit me,
Yeah.
but I also thought about how if I would like the field, how would
Oh, right.
just shape my my interests.
Yeah.
And also I took college courses.
Mhm.
I took about 3.
Wow.
I feel like I could have taken more.
Uh-huh.
But I mean that's
So you
it's a
challenge
good-
yourself
I did challenge myself,
from
especially
the
very
beginning.
early.
Yeah.
Yes. But then I got tired a little bit. you get
Worn
you
down.
out.
Yeah, it's a lot. And you guys had also you're a class that you were part of COVID. And what was 2020 would have been your sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
Sophomore year. So
Which is the year that we left home.
okay.
Mhm.
Wow. So there was a lot going on. Okay. So what you did right was you got started early, started thinking about it, getting your mindset right. What would you do different? Anything?
I think maybe procrastinate less. I think everybody wants to start doing
Okay,
that.
every parent just like perked up. Every parent watching or listening is like, did you hear that? She said she would stop procrastinating.
Yes, and then especially this year. I think it also has to do with it's the fact that we're growing up, we're going off to college, and sometimes we don't want to face that. And I think I'm avoiding that.
Yes,
I
you
think
are.
a lot of us are avoiding that. So what we do is, we want to just
You want
push
to
things
curl
back,
up and
yeah.
go back to the womb.
Because I know everything that I'm letting, I guess, pile up or that I stress out that I know I can do beforehand,
Mhm.
but I just don't.
Oh my God. So parents, if you're listening, and students, if you're listening, I'm going to just say, and this is not about me, of course, but what Jenny's talking about, I remember procrastinating. And I was like always on it. I was student body president. I was
Mhm.
always doing my stuff. But my senior year, I was like, got so scared because you know that as soon as you start to be responsible, you're like, well, I'm an adult
It's
now.
real.
It's real. Like I'm going to college. So if you're experiencing that at home, you're not alone, parents. You're not alone. Like your kid is doing this simultaneous, I want to be an adult and leave me alone. And also at the same time, like, oh,
That's how
can
we
you
feel at
protect
first.
me?
Yeah, adult, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
But then you're like, mommy, can you
think
hug
about
me?
it.
Yeah. You're the first person to bring that up. But as soon as you did, I really went back. It's true. This is definitely a thing. So you're not going crazy if you're thinking, you're like, no, that's what's going on with my son or daughter. Yeah, that's true. You're not alone. So, okay. So drum roll, please. Where do you know for sure where you're going? Are you still deciding what's going on?
I'm leaning towards Riverside.
UC Riverside. She's leaning towards UC Riverside. And I was telling her before, the little tip that I know, a little insight is that the mascot, they're called the Highlanders, UC Riverside, and it's based on the character in Braveheart. It's not a character, it's a real person. And I'm slipping my mind, but a hero in Scotland. So there you go. Okay. Oh, you're gonna have a great time. I know we have students there now. All right. Aren't you so proud of Jenny? Like she's like amazing. She's headed to States. Okay. And you're going to make an Amazon wish list
Yes.
There are lots of things, as you know, parents out there and supporters, champions of college-bound teens. If you'd like to support Jenny, she's going to create an Amazon wish list for all the things that she needs for college, and we'll put the link here so you can help her out. Okay. All right. Hang tight. Let me just wrap up, and then we'll say goodbye. Oh my word! Just so proud of all these students. Okay, guys. If this episode has in any way fueled your confidence or helped to build your dreams, and how could it not? Hello, please share this with 3 people in the next 30 minutes. Parents, if you're out there, join us on our Facebook group, Destination University, YOU, because the destination is not university, the destination is you, meaning the student. So you can join us there, and that's where I dish all the behind the scenes truth. If you're interested in SA Bootcamp, if you are a rising senior, or even we actually have some rising juniors who take the camp in before their junior year even to get a head start, you can head on over to drcynthiacolon.com/SA Camp. Registration is officially open for 2022. All right, be sure to follow us, this special series, 30 Teens, 30 Dreams, the month of April. All right, Jenny, so we're gonna just wave goodbye. Look at that cute face. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I just love it. All right, wherever you are, may you have a happy and sunny day. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening this week to Destination University. Be sure to join Dr. Cynthia Colon again and get one step closer to your success.